like to welcome everybody to our second luncheon for the year. And today's agenda really I like because it changes all the time, right, as it relates to brokerage and how we deal with our businesses, whether you're on the asset management side, acquisition, disposition, leasing. There's a lot of things that are changing. So the panel we have today, in my opinion, is an incredible panel. All three guys I look up to have followed either personally or from afar, and look forward to hearing what they have to say. First, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors. This wouldn't be possible without our sponsors as they come up and support the CCIM and have promoted the CCIM amongst their peers as well. What I'd like to now do is invite Lydia Bennett, who is the chairperson of our scholarship committee, and along with Jeff Lyon, come up and we have a special announcement.
So Jeff has been such a great supporter of our chapter, as well as a former CCIM instructor. When his parents passed away, and his mom passed away in 2005, they were, of course, extremely great supporters of CCIM. His dad was one of the first two founders, one of the first two instructors, and when they passed away, they bequeathed to the CCIM Foundation some of their estate, which allowed us to create 2 scholarships in their name. And so, Jeff, on behalf of our foundation and our scholarships, the Name Endowed Foundation, for the Elise and Victor Lyon CCIM scholarships. So, thank you so much.
We have some upcoming events. Next week we have a networking event down in Puyallup at the RAM. So there'll be a CCIM, IRM, and FIOPSI get together networking. It's a chance to talk real estate, swap stories, swap business cards, and try and find some opportunities. There's also a class that's upcoming that IRM is putting on, and that's going to be on the 20th with Bob Wallace and Wallace Properties. We'll be the featured speaker at that event. And that event's happening down in Tacoma, and that is on the 20th, and that's the IRM's luncheon. And then we have a 102 class. Those of you taking 101 and would like to get to 102, we have a class coming up for CCIM 102, which is February 25th to March 1st over at SIVA in Kirkland. Next month's luncheon, the topic is going to be about how to buy real estate as a broker. So on that list, we have Jeff Jokum, Gary Hunter, and Morgan Llewellyn, who will talk about how they've acquired and bought real estate as a broker while working in the brokerage field. So that will be a great luncheon next month as well. And that will be on March 14th. So, with that, I want to invite the panelists up here. First, Scott Coombs with NAI, here locally, Puget Sound Properties. I've known Scott through REA, who's running out the door right now. Oh, he's getting pictures. And Craig Steinlicht, who I've worked with on the board since, 2010, 2009, somewhere around there. And of course, Jeff Lyon, good to see you. And Jeff Lyon with Kidder Mathews, overseeing everything that goes on there. And we've all read about Kidder Mathews in the paper. We're seeing all the expansion. I think I heard you're going to buy Amazon. I think that is kind of. All right, so the first question that we're going to talk about is what changes or will or could have the most impact on the broker's business is the first part. And what are clients, meaning sellers, buyers, and landlords and tenants, expectations in today's market as it relates to a brokerage firm?
So it's funny, when I was talking to Bob Swain when I came in, and he said, are you going to say the industry's becoming obsolete, like we've all been kind of hearing about in the last 20 years or so? And my answer is, absolutely not. In terms of where the industry is going, if you look at our industry over the last 5, 10 years, 15 years, there's been a lot of new technology that's really assisted us to become more efficient and service our clients better. Whether it's data services like a CoStar or others, maybe it's like a 10X now. There's many options to provide data for our clients and services for our clients and our brokers and our firms for that matter. But at the end of the day, brokerage expertise is still paramount. And to the question of clients' expectations, they can get almost anything they need online from anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world, frankly, to understand your market and maybe what's available and what pricing should look like. But they don't have what's in your head, which is your expertise and your perspective and your understanding of local market conditions. And that will always, as long as you maintain expertise, specific expertise, you will always have value.
To kind of dovetail on that, the expertise is also, the value you bring to your client is in understanding that market, as well as the other things that are going on that they can't see, and then the information that they're looking at, being able to help them decipher the information. Because what happened, I think, in the residential, because I know it very well as well, is there's an information overload right now. And what they look for us to do is help them figure out what part of that information pertains to them and what's going to help them. So I think that's the biggest thing. If you provide value to that client, you're going to stay on board. And if you don't, they're going to move on. So that's what I think.
I'll take a little bit different tack. I agree completely with what they're saying, is that you need to be the smartest individual in that market, know everything about it, because that's what you're really providing is value at the end of the day to the customer or client. You know, there's been so much change going on in our industry, and you've got really what I call the big five, which are the publicly traded companies, and they're all going after the big institutional product. But at the end of the day, all of us, it's a local transaction that's being done, and that's where we really add the value. And that's really what's playing right into our hand as Kidder Mathews, and gave us the opportunity to be a West Coast privately held independent company, is all the consolidation going on. There are a lot of great brokers out there that have great relationships, that the client values that relationship, knowing that the firm that they're with has the tools and resources and access to the information that they need, and that's playing right into our wheelhouse. And if you're going to do business in one of our markets, you're going to get somebody who's a local expert in that market. Where you deal with some of the bigger companies, they're flying people in from all over. They can't even find the property. They can't even find their way around. They didn't even know there's stuff under construction or freeways are under construction or whatever the case may be. So at the end of the day, I think there's clearly a long runway for the brokerage side. I remember when technology came out, and they said, oh, that's going to be the end of brokers. It's not the case at all. It's making sure you understand how you fit into the market and understanding how you can add value to the client, because that's what they're looking for, and being local really helps.
All right, well, I want to thank the three panelists. This is great information. Hope to see you at the networking event at the RAM next week, and then also here next month. Thanks a lot.